There has always been a lack of trust. It goes way back really to the time of the Soviet Union, and after the Soviet Union broke apart, that distrust continued, although there was a new relationship with the new Russia. But it has been very difficult to break through the barriers that go back decades. And we have seen since the breakup of the Soviet Union both Western perceptions of what Russia is doing and Russia's perceptions of what the West is doing, specifically what NATO has been doing, have been perceived to be against the respective interests of both sides. And after the Russian annexation of Crimea and the involvement in the war in eastern Ukraine, the cooperation across the board in many government areas has all come to a halt. And now we're at a point where we just aren't even talking to each other.
You speak about the leaders of both the countries as being inexperienced, as not knowing how to handle the nuclear issue.
Well, that's true. During the years of the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, because of the huge responsibility that both sides had for their nuclear arsenals and their understanding of what could happen if something should go wrong, they developed a way to coexist and to manage that relationship. And it led to a very successful series of arms control measures over the period of decades that helped to put a framework around a very, very dangerous situation. The leaders that we have now in both countries have not had that experience. And it was a very sobering experience for our leaders. You recall the Cuban Missile Crisis and what that meant to the respective countries and to the leaders, and the impact it had on generations of leaders who were responsible for managing and controlling their nuclear arsenals. That's not the situation right now. We have younger people who now did not have that experience, did not understand that responsibility. Oh, they may understand it theoretically, but they don't understand it emotionally. It is not part of their being as it was during the Cold War. And that could lead to misunderstandings, miscalculations, and God forbid, something happening.